So we're here at the Elect Show and we're with Paul from Hager. So we're really excited because we're going to talk about a very specific product, which is this consumer unit. So bring the camera in, Gaz, and we'll have a look at this. So Paul, just explain to me what's beautiful, new and unique about this Hager consumer unit.
So we do this consumer unit now that's pre-fitted with a Type 2 surge protection device. So as far as the installer has to concern himself with fitting this, is nothing. So all he does is put his outgoing circuits like he did before. You can see the surge protection is literally wired from the bottom of the main switch, so we don't need any overcurrent protection device in here either. So it's wired from there, simply line and neutral to the top of the surge protection and the earth going away to the earth bar.
Absolutely fantastic.
Surge protection, you notice it's got this green window, so as it sees surges, this part of the surge protection device will eventually wear down, and at some point in the future that window could be red.
Yeah.
Should that window be red, simply what the customer has to do is pull this cartridge out.
Oh wow.
Get a new cartridge and simply put it back.
That's fantastic. And it's that simple, just a matter of remove that and it just goes back in again. Now I've not done this before on a Hager board, so let's see. And that's it. And
that's simple as that.
Well, that's fantastic. That's absolutely brilliant. Now, obviously, surge is a big kind of discussion with the industry at the moment, and there's all kinds of, sort of feelings flapping around about this. But what I love about this is the fact that the decision's made for you. Just buy this board. Yeah. All the calculations have been done. It's all in place. You don't have to worry about it. And also, because of the way that this is mounted within the board, we're falling within that half metre.
The half a metre counts from this space here, so the line conductor to it, plus the earth away to the earth bar. Those two combined distances would hopefully be under half a metre, and you can see we're well under half a metre of those two distances there.
So Paul, it looks here like this doesn't have a circuit protective device on it. There's no circuit breaker on here. Is that necessary?
Not with this device actually. Some manufacturers require, some don't, because there's internal protection in this particular surge protection device. So it is a parallel device. It doesn't have to, it's not carrying current. So it's literally sitting across the line and earth, and as a spike comes into the installation, which could go through the equipment, of course, and damage your electronic equipment in your house. Yep. This will momentarily switch down to earth, extremely fast, of course, and dissipate that surge to earth rather than it going through the installation.
Fantastic. So we're not worried about that getting overloaded as we would do a conventional circuit.
No, it's not carrying current at all. It only carries the surge current. It doesn't carry normal load current.
Brilliant. Thank you for clarifying that. So Paul, another really great thing about this consumer unit that we're looking at here, as we said, we're calling this an 18th edition board. We've got the surge protection built in. But what's the advantage as well with this RCD? What have we got going on here?
The 18th edition brought in two requirements for the RCD in a split load consumer unit like this one. The installer must take account or have knowledge of the type of loads connected from the RCD. We know now that a lot of electronic equipment fed in a standard house can generate pulsating DC faults or residual currents. So you will notice the RCD is now type A, which is a specific type that can detect these pulsating DC. Brilliant. As well as AC type RCDs.
Fantastic. So if this wasn't an A type, there's a potential that this could be almost stunned by the DC leakage current going back into it.
That's exactly correct.
And then it wouldn't trip under earth fault conditions.
Earth fault conditions.
So now by putting in an A type RCD, we're overcoming that problem.
Yes, we are. Yeah.
Just absolutely brilliant. I love this kind of forward thinking that Hager are demonstrating here. Absolutely brilliant.
There's one other further point actually. In the 18th edition, it told us to make a consideration for overload protection of this type of device as well. This is the only type of device we use today that won't trip if it has overcurrent going through it. So what we have to do is either consider how many amps could be run from the RCD, in which case these wouldn't add up to more than the RCD.
Right.
Or what we've done at Hager is actually default to the maximum current for the consumer assembly of 100 amps. So notice also 100 amp type.
Right. So it's a 100 amp RCD. So you can never draw more current through here than we can connect up to the board anyway.
To the main board.
Brilliant. It's little details like that just make all the difference on installation. So yeah, really beautiful work. What a great bit of kit. Thank you very much, Paul, for introducing us to that.
Pleasure.